Hello guys, welcome back. Alright, let's make some scones. Alright, I've got my cup there with water in it because I am dying. It is super hot outside. You're going to want some dried fruit. I've got raisins, if you've got sultanas, if you've got mixed fruit, if you've got cherries. I'm really not that bothered, as long as it's a dried fruit. Plain flour, baking powder, sugar, butter and milk. I'm going to make this in the way that you're going to make it at home, because none of you are going to pre-weigh everything out and then stick it into another bowl. I'm going to make it all straight into one bowl using my digital whisks. Whisks? That's a scale. Don't know why I said whisk.
More water, more water.
Right. So, put that on your scales. I'm going to keep on referring to my phone because the recipe's on my phone, because I'm that hot I can't quite remember the recipe offhand. Alright? So, you're going to start off with, once the scales burst into life, there we go, 0, 350 grams of flour. Alright, we're doing army baking, so when it says 350, it means 350-ish. Alright, so if it goes 360, nah. Alright. 360, yeah, well.
Near enough, innit?
Yeah, it's near enough.
Blind man will be pleased to see it.
0 that, alright, and then we're going to want 85 grams of butter. It says cut into cubes. I don't want to. Alright.
Got a spoon?
I've got fingers. That's why God gave me fingers.
Mark one spoon.
Yeah. That's 57. That's 68. What was it?
85.
85. That's 86. Look at that. 86 grams. I'm also going to put in there my sugar, which is 3 tablespoons of castor sugar. What's a tablespoon, please, bud? An actual tablespoon.
What? You mean a proper tablespoon?
A proper tablespoon.
Not one you eat your cereal with.
No, that's not a tablespoon. 1, 2, 3. You're going to rub all that together. Alright, put your scales off to one side. Rub it together like you're making a crumble. See you in a minute. Alright, that's it. It's all rubbed together. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Alright. Put it back on your scales and 0 it again, because scales like to mess you about. And put 100 grams of fruit in it. If you're struggling to open your bag of fruit, drink some water, and then you might remember how your fingers work. Alright, 100 grams of fruit, again, ish. $101, 102. Alright, and then we're going to put 2 teaspoons of baking powder in there now. We didn't put it in there earlier because I don't want the baking powder to start working before I want it to. You thought I was going to go all over then, didn't you? But it didn't. I got a teaspoon, so a bit more than that. Yeah, it's about right. Just incorporate that into there. Zero your scales again. Refer back to your recipe.
Recipe will be available.
Yeah, of course it will. Yeah, no, it's not. There we go. We want 170 millilitres of milk. 170 millilitres of milk weighs 175 grams. This is the only one you want to be like fairly like certain with. If you put too much in there, it's going to be too wet, isn't it? And we're just going to use our fingers to bring it together. And it only wants to come together, alright? if you over mix this, you're going to start developing the gluten. And then you're not going to have scones, you're going to have some sort of weird fruity bread. So enough, literally, for it to come together. And that's it. Don't touch it anymore. Leave it for about 10 minutes. All right, and then we're going to make it into scones. See you in a minute. Right, left it 10 minutes. That's to let any gluten that you have activated by overworking it just chill out and disappear. All right. We came all the way from the kitchen, which is all the way over there, to here without a rolling pin. And I'm too lazy to go and get one. I came all the way here from home without bringing my pastry cutters, and I'm too lazy to go home and get them again. So this is my pastry cutter and my rolling pin. Clever that, isn't it? Improvise, adapt and overcome. What we're going to do, get a bit of flour. Not a lot. Just dust the table and dust our hands. Going to collect our ball of scone mix. Put it on the table. Going to put a bit more flour over the top. Squash it down with our hand a little bit. Work it into a circle because we're cutting circles, so it needs to be round. We're going to squash it and roll it. Squash it and roll it. Squash it. I'm not pressing it down super hard, and I'm not squashing in super hard either. All right, I'm not trying to develop gluten. I don't want weird fruit bread. I want scones. Scones. Just leave that there, shall we?
You mean not scones?
All right, that is a bit thicker than my thumb. All right, so it's about, I don't know, 1.25 inches. Put some more flour in my bowl. And put that flour in my isolated bag. Insulated bag. Take my cutter. If that could play with me, that would be amazing. A little bit of flour inside my cutter. Over the top, push down with a twist. In, push down with a twist. Alright, this will make, I don't know, about 6 scones of this size, alright, because these are squaddy sized scones, so they're quite big. Some of them are a bit of a weird shape, but we are in a field cooking environment. Alright, those are your perfect scones. They will be perfect. These ones are your chef's treats, because this has now been overworked. Alright, so we get one of them. So we put these over to this side and do that. And squish.
Oh, and a rock cake.
And a rock cake. Boom. Leave these on the side for about 15-20 minutes, let the baking powder start to react. If you put it in the oven too soon, the baking powder won't cook out while they're in the oven and they'll taste bitter. Alright, so leave them for about 20 minutes before you put them in the oven. See you in a minute. There you go, they've rested a little bit. You can see some little air bubbles are forming around the outside of them. Alright, so that baking powder's working. Alright, so when they go in the oven, they'll rise up a little bit. And they won't taste like chemicals when they're finished. Alright, give them a little egg wash for your leftover egg wash from your sausage rolls. If you haven't got any egg wash left from your sausage rolls, make some more. Alright, plenty of it. Don't be stingy. Little rock cake there. And the chef snacks, which I think are better than the normal ones, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
It was a bit more crispy and they've got all these little gnarly bits, they get all chewy. And then a little sprinkle of caster sugar. And then bring them on the centre shelf of a preheated oven. Leave them there till they've risen up a bit and they're golden. They've been in there about 10-12 minutes, I would say, roughly. Boom, they're done. Alright, they spread out a bit because of the oven that we're using, but they are perfectly adequate. Alright, put them somewhere to warm, put them somewhere to cool, and we'll enjoy them in a minute. See you soon.